Hey, what's up guys? My name is Bar. No, it's not short for anything. Welcome to my channel. Alright, so today I'm going to be telling you guys a fun little story about the time that I got robbed. Now let me give you guys a little backstory. It all started when my friend Gabby and I wanted to go to this party, and when we arrived, they let us know that guys have to pay to get in. Yes, a very typical LA situation. So like the smart people we are, we decided, you know what, we're not gonna go. So Gabby and I left. I was driving that night. I hopped into my car with Gabby. The other people decided to stay. We decided we were gonna go back to my house, watch a movie, and just hang out. We decided we were gonna go get snacks before we went back to my house. So we went to a beautiful place called Rite Aid. So I parked next to this car, and it's right next to me. I didn't think anything of it. It's about 12:30 at this point. Wasn't too late. I get out of the car with Gabby. This lady comes up to me and says, "Hey, I have this and a receipt. Please return it for me," and then walks right back into her car. She didn't really give me a choice on whether or not I wanted to return it for her. So I kind of just walked into the Rite Aid and said, "Hey, this really weird lady gave this to me outside of your store and asked me to return it." And the security guard literally looked at me and said, "Yeah, she stole it." So that kind of weirded me out. I didn't really do anything about it. I kind of just said, "Hey, when I'm done doing my rounds of shopping, can you please walk me back to my car?" I made my round. We bought ramen, we bought some green tea, we bought some snacks. We paid for it, and I told the security guard, "Hey, can you walk us out now?" So he did. He didn't walk us all the way out. He walked us right past the door, and I said, "Hey, can you tell them that we were not able to return their items because they were stolen?" And here's a video of me crawling into my car from the back because I didn't want to make eye contact.
I'm crawling in from the back. I'm not kidding. Okay, she's looking at us. I'm filming. Bro, we're like so fucking sus. I'm going in the direction of my house.
Oh my god. What the fuck? What the fuck?
She's gonna come after me. I'm so fucking scared. Holy shit. Holy shit. She started her car.
So I crawl in from the back, I get into the front seat, I start my car. I was expecting that he was telling the lady, "Hey, they were not able to return your item." I started to drive away, and I see her car turn on. So instead of going in the direction of my house, I made a right on a different street. And it was a main street, and I just started driving straight, and I see that her car is right behind me. So I start turning into little streets. And here's a video of me freaking out right before we called the police.
Just drive. Gabby, I'm gonna cry. Gabby, I'm gonna cry.
Okay, just drive.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
I know.
She's literally right behind me.
Oh my god, Bar, she's actually behind us.
Gabby, no, it's not funny.
Like,
Don't fucking film this right now.
Fast, take it right. Before she sees, No, go fast. Do I call the cops?
Yes, please.
I'm driving and I'm starting to freak out. We're on the phone with the police at this point. I just decided to turn onto this other main street, and then I turn onto another main street, and then after that I turn onto another main street, and they're still right behind me. And she starts driving in the middle lane, and a man literally pops out of the car completely and starts throwing water bottles at me and is screaming at me. I have no idea what he's saying because my window's rolled up. And then I quickly made a right turn into a smaller street so that I'd lose them. And to my luck, it was a dead end.
Oh my god, this is a dead end? Gabby, it's a dead end.
At this cul-de-sac, I'm trying to go around it, but she comes and blocks me off. And then they both get out of their cars, and my body just goes into full-on shock. I had no control over my body. I couldn't put my car into park. I couldn't lock my doors. I didn't know what to do, and we're still on the phone with the police at this point. And the only words that are coming to my head right now are that's all I'm thinking, that's all I could say, those are the only words in my head. I have no other thoughts. And then I turn my head and I see this man coming out, and that was just like the moment. I was like, I'm gonna die. There was nothing I could have done at this point besides, lock my doors, but my brain was not functioning at this moment. Now this lady comes to my car and she's yelling at me through the window, and she's saying, "Where the f is my money? Where's my money? Where's my money? I need my money." I'm like, "Listen, I didn't get any money for this item. It was stolen." So then the guy comes to my window, and then he starts banging on it and yelling at me saying, "Give me my fucking money, blah, blah." We're on the phone with the police still. They're listening to everything that's happening. And then the girl gets aggressive and she opens my car door and she tries to pull me out of the car, and I had this cute little bag from 212 Fun that was gifted to me, and it was a plastic little cigarette container, but I used it as a purse. And she tried to pull it off of me, she broke it, I don't have it anymore, kind of sad. But she was pulling on it, she was pulling my arm, pulling my hair. Here's a picture of my scratches that I had on my arm. And I'm just freaking out at this point. I don't even know what to do. So I tell her, I will give you money, just get out of my car. And she's furious, she's screaming, she's pulling. I'm still in the car. So I decided to pull out some of my cash. At this point, all I had on me were bigger bills and some smaller cash, which was what I was gonna give her. So I start pulling out my cash and I'm counting my money. I'm literally like right here. And then this, the little crack of my seat, is what I like to call the Grand Canyon. And I dropped some of my bigger bills in there and she saw me do it. And this is when it got really violent. She started reaching over me. The guy that she was with was reaching over me, like trying to go into the Grand Canyon, you know, get my money. And so she took all the money that I had and he slammed my door shut and said, "Have a good night." And at this point, my leg is bouncing on the brake. My leg was just, and I'm just looking at him drive away in their white Toyota with the front passenger headlight broken in. And I'm thinking, that really just happened. I just got robbed. This will be a great story time for YouTube. So here we are today. It was probably one of the most traumatizing experiences of my life. So, I'm glad you guys got to hear it. It all went down in about 8 minutes. I don't know how to end my videos. That's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Okay, I'm done.